Then the trick is, and you should clip these curves here, but let's make sure before we do that there's no holes or anything. That looks good. That looks good. This basting stitch here, so we could gather it, you can pull that out after you're done with this. So you should clip that, but I'm not going to do it right now because this next step here is really important. And I don't know what you can see. Coat. So you will take your back piece here, and you will pin right sides together. Make sure the back of the front, or the back and the front, face each other, and you will take this front piece of the crotch and you will pin that onto the back of the panty. So when you get that pinned on, alright, when you get that pinned on there, like that, then you will lay this out like this. You'll lay this out, you will roll this up like this, you will roll this up like this, and you will take this back piece, and you will flip it around, and you will come in here. Make sure that pretty side is facing pretty side on the crotch, and you will flip it over here, and you will take your pins out, and you will pin this in here like this. Pin this together. And I'm not somebody that uses a lot of pins in sewing, but when you're making this, you've got to use pins. You've got to. There we go. I knew there was another one. Alright, so you roll up the front, you roll up the back, and you flip this one, the one that's going to be on the inside of the panty, you flip it around to the other side, and then you sew this on like this. take the pins out, double check it, make sure that there's no holes or anything, because now's the time to fix it if there are. And you straighten it out. And sometimes you sit there and you wonder, did I do this right? Because and so there you go. You've got the crotch sewn in. You've got extra threads that need to be trimmed. Okay. Okay. So now you've got the outside of the crotch and the inside of the crotch sewn into the panty. You see that? I can't really see what you can see, so I'm hoping that you can see that that's sewn in there. Now we can take this out. Just pull that out. That's not needed anymore. That's the stitching that we used to gather this up so that it would fit. And you just grab hold of that and just give that a yank and just pull that out, because you don't need that anymore. And you don't want that distracting from the look of your panty. Okay, next is the sides. You want to sew your sides together, your front and your back. I wish I could tell if you can see this or not, but you want the front and the sides to be sewn together. Pin that. Okay, so we're going to sew here and here, and okay, so this down here, and from here to here. Okay, now I will turn this around and you will see that the panty is about done. See? It's the only thing that's left is the elastic. Now for the elastic, we're going to do the legs first, and I usually put the elastic in with a zigzag stitch. I just put it on a basic zigzag. I don't see any reason to put it on. Well, maybe that might be the better stitch. That stitch right there. Anyway, just put it on a basic zigzag. Let's just do that. And so you take your piece of elastic and you can measure your legs, measure your upper leg if you want to, and then cut two pieces about the size of your leg. I've done this so much that I'm just going to sew it on. Now when you start with this, you turn the panty wrong side out and start here at the hip. Don't start down here, because then you will have elastic bunched up right there in the crotch, and that can be kind of uncomfortable. I think I made that mistake when the first pair that I made. The first pair I made was a learning experience. I still wear them, but I learned a lot. So you want to take this, put it over your this thing here, this deck. I just took it off my sewing machine. It just seemed to me like it was always in the way. It's around here somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, so start here at the hip. You want to lightly stretch the elastic. Don't do anything. And you want to put it right along. I wish I knew what you could see. First of all, I just can't get you close enough. Let's see if I can zoom. Which one is zoom? I'm not sure. I don't think it works. Anyway. I'll pick the laptop up and put it up here.